We are here. Another mocktails. Today's guest, Elliot. They've been around the block a few times. I've played some games with them. They are now also a new moderator, so everyone better treat them nice.
Yay.
Golf claps. You are the fifth, technically seventh guest for this.
You.
I'm going to be opening a wine bottle. While I do so, you can tell chat about yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Your species, your nationality, your career as a streamer and content creator, wherever you want to go with it. This is going to take me a few minutes because this is an old ass bottle.
Okay. Good luck with that. Hello there. I'm Elliot. They said that. I make YouTube videos sometimes. I'm supposed to be half horse and half bat, because wings. What else? I make tutorials sometimes.
Horse was not my first thought.
Listen. I know that it's hard to guess. I know. Listen, that's why I added the horseshoe to the shirt, and I have a different model that has horseshoes like on the shirt and on the legs because people keep calling me a cat, and I don't
that's
like.
That's why you have a horseshoe on your jacket.
Yes.
That never crossed my mind, not once.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, this is why I have a horseshoe on my jacket.
Hooves.
What side is it on?
You need hooves.
That is a good idea for the next model upgrade. That is a good idea. That's a good idea for the next model.
I gotta see if this actually makes noise. Hold on. I don't think that worked. Damn it. I pulled the cork out.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, usually it makes a really loud pop.
Yeah,
this time, no. I gotta buy champagne. That's what I gotta do. I gotta buy champagne for one of these. That'll make noise.
That will definitely make noise. We'll also probably get it everywhere on your setup. At least that's how I've always been. Whenever I opened any champagne, I will get it everywhere.
Now this is going to be a weirder flavor for me. This is a holy shit. This is a decade-old wine.
Wow.
I just grabbed a random one off the shelf and saw the name and went, oh, I haven't had one of these in a while. I'm looking at the date now. 2016. 2016 it was bottled.
I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I did not grab a stopper. God damn it.
What?
I forgot. I have a glass cork that someone gave me. Custom-made glass cork for my bottles. I forgot to grab it. All right, so I'm going to be holding this wine bottle for a while.
All right then.
Because I'm not getting up. That at least covers that fact, because I knew you had bat stuff, but for whatever reason, my mind went to, at a guess, she's a mammal. Shit, that's also something else to cover. You are fourth trans to be on this show. Not exactly an achievement number, but I'm keeping track. I gotta be able to keep track of it. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna have at least 24 on here. Because I seem to just attract trans and non-binary. Mainly because I am. Oh yeah, do you know what's going on in LA?
I know nothing about anything.
You're Dorsz, aren't you? Is that how it's said?
What?
Deutsch? That's German.
No.
You're Norwegian.
No.
No, we're Swedish?
No.
How far off? I know you're European. I know that much.
You got that much.
Which one is?
I'm from Poland.
Fuck, that would have been my fifth guess.
Okay. Sure.
In LA right now, there's been riots, like a bunch of riots, because no one likes the police and they're deporting people. Like they're deporting criminals and illegals and such. And people are rioting over that because they don't want illegals to be deported.
Okay.
So there's just like a war going on in LA right now. Oh, that's what that is, right? I have a bunch of random PNGs saved, and I kind of just bring them up whenever. One of them is an angry black dude. I forgot what the fuck his purpose was. The usual context of this, I think I explained it a bit before, but how this usually is, at least in my head canon, is I kind of digitize myself into someone's head or enter their consciousness in some way. And we just kind of have a back and forth as I'm a digital entity. Although a couple other people have seen it in different ways. Shay's a bit weird with it. Shay saw me as like a god figure here to explain her taxes to her, but that's not here nor there. That was an interesting conversation.
I see.
But it's usually the cover up. Like I'm here to help assist in any details that maybe, kicking you in the ass, get you back on track a little bit, or at the very least have the place to rant about anything and everything. Because this is a open air Second Amendment type shit.
Oh, okay.
Seeing as I had a whole political argument with Mimic last time, nothing's really off the table, which is always fun. Waiting for someone to abuse that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, so a bat horse.
Yes.
I think I saw that on My Little Pony once.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I took it from.
That's a decade-old memory. I'm digging up from like the tombs. But I somehow remember seeing those on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
Vampire horses.
Yes.
The other thing I usually discuss is stuff like lore, like the background of who you are.
Hi, I have no lore.
My lore is a fucking... Yeah, you're not alone there. Most of the people I drag on here don't.
Yeah,
I usually try to help them come up with something if there's an opening or an option.
It's not like I don't like writing. I like writing. I'm writing stories. I think I've sent you my stories actually.
Yeah.
Jesus, it jumped. But yeah, I just can't come up with anything for myself, because I just kind of like my design doesn't really mean things. I just take things I like and I add it to my design. It's not like thought through to be some kind of story and meaning,
A horse girl got bit by a radioactive vampire bat. There you go. Or it's the whole scheme of like you were bitten by a radioactive horse and a vampire bat in the same night.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
It's the problem, you never go to the horse races anymore. No, not bit, kicked. There you go. Kicked by a radioactive horse.
Oh my god, okay, new lore.
Some Spider-Man shit.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Yeah, there you go. It's a mixture of Spider-Man and crony ideologies and Dracula.
Wonderful.
Let's figure out how that works.
Oh, wonderful.
My lore is complicated. I brought it up multiple times in this, so it's at some point I have to stop talking about it because it's just like you're gonna hear it every single one of these damn mocktails. But it's a simple logic, TLDR. I was a very important digital angel. I would help people, and a lot of my missions kind of went foobar, which is they didn't go very well. And over time, they started referring to me as the Martyr because I would be the only motherfucker walking out of the situation. And eventually that led to me getting exiled.
Mm-hmm.
And now I kind of just do my own thing.
I see.
Of course, there's also the head thing, which is something you helped with, as Elliot has helped with a bit of the lore videos. If you look around, you can find their voice here and there. And some of
Yay.
the main lore and the side lore and other such things.
Voice acting.
If I could find moments be damned, I'd definitely bring you back for another cameo.
Yippee.
Not sure how. Although it is an obvious detail that's going to happen of, depending on situation, the voice might have to change with the person doing the voice.
We'll see how
But
you
it's
figure it
very
out.
yeah, it's the huge thing of the way I kind of hold myself and act. I'm pretty sure people can look at it hard enough and go, "Mama's boy." Mainly because out of the two voices that were in the first lore video, yours was more kind, while Jan, I don't know how to say his name, Jan was more brutalist,
Mm-hmm.
more punishing.
Yeah. I've heard that.
So it's more possible that the mother of the code shows up in the lore videos at some point. As though I don't want to spoil too much, at some point there's going to be a moment where enemies get involved in my lore. I get an arch nemesis of sorts. Not really an arch nemesis, but, a wandering corruption that I have to deal with. So, that'll be fun. Yeah, so you do tutorials and such on YouTube.
I try. Yeah.
Yeah, I put the link for your channel in multiple things that I've done
Yippee.
to help you out where I can. And a lot of your tutorials are very helpful for those that actually can figure out what the fuck to do with that stuff. I can't. I don't have the patience anymore. But, there are people that definitely need that stuff.
Yep.
I've tried my hand at tutorials. I have the voice for it, I know that much, but I don't have the patience to teach.
Yeah, makes sense.
But maybe at some point, if I find a niche thing that I'm really good at. Right now, it's only writing stories, as far as I'm aware. Huge book nerd.
Book nerd. Yeah.
Big bookworm.
Yeah. I used to be a lot into books when I was younger.
I don't read as much as I used to, but
Yeah,
I do still read. I
Same.
don't sit down with a book, but there's reading everywhere on the internet now.
Yep.
But you always find something. I'm guessing you're not much of a drinker, yeah?
No,
Pretty sure you've said that before.
No, I've never drank in my life.
Yeah.
I have water.
I try to lessen the amount that I drink recently. Not too much, but sometimes. As I know this stuff will bite me in the ass at some point if I get a little bit too zealous with it.
Oh, definitely will.
But for the moment, I have the metabolism of a horse, so I can shrug this stuff off without any problems.
Okay.
So how long have you been making things?
Like a year? A little bit over a year? Maybe? About a year. Yeah. That much I remember. I can check actually on YouTube.
I've been off and on. I've done YouTube. I've done streaming. I've had about 3 channels and such.
Yeah, about a year. Yeah, I started in May last year, so
Nice.
There's that. Yeah, I've been making content before that. I think that ever since I had my first social media account, I've been making some kind of content. Like, I started out writing shitty fanfiction on Wattpad. That was my first content making thing. I had like 3 different YouTube channels or 2. I don't know. I've tried multiple things. Yeah, I've tried multiple things to find something that I would like the most, you know, and stick with for the longest. Man, I like this. This is fun. Oh, I keep doing it.
Yeah, playing games is always like an easy outlet for things.
Yeah.
I can never wrap my head around how the hell people do those like essay videos. Completely beyond me.
I watch them and I'm like, damn, I'd love to talk about like this and that, but I know that I don't have the brain for this. Like I have like things in my head that I don't like make essay videos on, but I don't have the brain to come up with a script. So I end up not doing it.
I could. It's been a long time since I've done audiobook stuff. I do not know if I still have the stuff for it. At the bare minimum, I know I need a better microphone.
Yeah. A good microphone
Mine's
is
kind of
important.
A piece of junk.
Yeah, a good microphone is important.
But some point maybe if I really am. Well, I know I'm gonna have to do fucking ASMR content at some point because I have that as a goal. So
yep, you have a redeem.
Close to. Yeah, I have that too, which is, you know, it's as good as it can be with the bad microphone I have, which is this piece of shit turtleback thing, $40. But at some point, you know, when I start getting closer to, I think I put it at 170 followers, I will actually upload a proper ASMR video on YouTube.
Okay.
Something like, you know, your digital angel comes to comfort you or some crap.
That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting.
But I want to use this model, but I might not. Like, this is the starting thing as a concept of like, you're here because I'm here. You're not here for like whatever. You're here because you know this face. Usually, that's like the concept of the viewers. Usually, you kind of get attached to the visuals of the person of the stream. So it would be kind of rude to not to like go out and do an ASMR video and it's just like, I don't know, a guy, just a dude.
Boyfriend gets beat with a pan.
Wouldn't make any sense. Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Boyfriend beats you with a pan until you fall asleep.
Beats you with her. Yeah. Angry stepmother beats you with her flip-flop till you go to bed, ASMR.
Oh my gosh.
Some people are for that. Oh. I'd have to figure something out because fucking ASMR microphones are bullshit expensive. But luckily there's software that kind of just lets you turn any microphone into a dual purpose kind of thing.
Yep. Settings and stuff.
And there's worlds. There's worlds in the virtual reality that have that effect.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna mess with that, but we'll figure that out in time. I don't know. It's weird. I gotta find people that drink for these. So far, I think it's like no, it's planned because I'm basically just like throwing the hook out, and whoever shows up shows up. It's kind of an expectation that not that many people drink anymore. That's kind of been a recent statistic across the human race is that alcoholism has gone down, which is a good thing, but also means the alcohol business, whatever the hell it's called, big booze, is going down in profit as well. Which is surprising because alcohol has been a mainstay in the human consciousness since like before Jesus died.
Yep.
Like, it's been around forever. Hell, more people have died to drowning in alcohol than have been eaten by sharks in human history.
Sharks aren't very dangerous to humans.
Exactly, but everyone kind of like sees them as.
Yep.
So recently, everyone's been figuring out that like, no, sharks are actually really cool. It's dolphins.
Yep,
Stay away
it's
from dolphins.
Dolphins are monsters.
Yep, that's a very recent detail, but it's still that thing. No, it's an even bigger thing of like something that is proper dangerous. More people have died to alcohol in some way than snakes.
Oh my god, I fucking hate snakes. Oh.
Like, more people have died from alcohol poisoning than regular poisoning in human history.
Crazy.
And only recently, over the last 2 decades, has the number of people drinking alcohol gone down by almost like 80-some%. I don't know why. Honestly, with the world in such a kind of crap state, you'd think more people would be getting on drugs, but I don't know. I guess not.
I don't know.
People are finding other ways to cope with the state of the world instead of, except me, but I mainly just like drinking wine. Every now and then I have a bourbon, but it's usually wine.
Hmm.
I'm not, as much as everyone likes to refer to me as the alcoholic angel, I'm not that big. I'm not like literally going through like a pack a day type shit. I'm just enjoying a drink every now and then to calm the mind. We've been playing the forest. That's
Yeah.
something. That would be another place where anyone would know you.
Yeah, I love playing
More
the
than
forest.
likely, hopefully, if we can, pull off another couple of episodes of that and finish the mansion that Hitomi seems to fucking hate for some reason.
Yeah, Hitami is far away. She doesn't live with us.
She's going everywhere. She's out there hunting bears.
Yep. Yep.
We made that joke a couple of times of like, the Spanish lady doesn't want to help build a mansion.
Yep.
You have the fucking 3 white guys building a fucking mansion. It'll be a good, building. I have faith.
Yep.
Unless the Molotov guys show up again. Then we're fucked. But other than that, yeah, we should be fine.
Oh my god, I don't like them.
I'm more afraid of the like tentacle creatures. Those things will fuck themselves.
Ew.
I'm kind of upset that didn't happen because you see that in the trailer for the forest.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Is the guy? Yeah, there's the teasers and trailers and stuff, and one of them is like the guy builds a whole ass complex, like with walls and traps and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you see one of the mutant creatures just slam through his wall. So they could do that, which is annoying.
Yeah, they can
But
do that.
that'll be exciting to see.
Yep.
So they're just balls of muscle and anger. So,
Yep.
but once we get a couple good streams out of that, we can move on to Sons of the Forest.
Oh my god.
Maybe some other survival games.
Mm.
I don't know. A survival game came out recently that looked like a mixture of The Forest, Rust, and Tarkov,
Mm.
where you and a group of other people get stranded on an island,
Mm-hmm.
just decide to say fuck it and build a house there. And then you can get on a little pulley boat that you found and screw off to the local like tribals area, like where the island residents stay, and just go loot their shit. You just go steal their stuff to survive. So it's one part survival crafting, where you build a base and salvage for food and everything, and another part where you get on a tugboat, go to the local indigenous people, and just fucking kill them
Sounds
for
interesting.
their bananas. So yeah, that might be something cool to check out when it comes out. Right now it has a demo, which I've been needing to check out, but I think it's a PvP game, and I'm not gonna fucking touch PvP with a 9-foot stick alone.
Oh my god, I hate PvP.
And it always pisses me off because PvP shows up in all the stuff where it's like, if this would be so cool without PvP, and you threw PvP into it. Why?
Why? Right, exactly.
Honey roast 10, it is chicken. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I'm a genius.
Good.
All right.
Chicken's
It
good.
is good. It's a very non-offensive meat.
It's
So
my
you can just
favorite.
do anything with it. That stuff survived me through college.
Yep. It is surviving me.
Chicken and hot dogs.
Yes. That's my diet every day.
I miss those. I miss those days. The college I used to go to had food trucks.
Oh,
a bunch of
fun.
food trucks.
That's fun.
And I got really, really chummy with one of them. It was an Asian food truck. The lady behind it was a really nice old lady, and me and her got off really, really well, even though there was a language barrier. So she'd give me a small discount on lo mein.
Oh, that's nice.
Really nice. And I don't mean like a little penny. I mean like it was a full-ass styrofoam container of lo mein.
Whoa.
For like $6.
Whoa.
Which is some bullshit. Like, it was like a solid fucking half pound of noodles. I think she was just sorry for me because how skinny I am. That's probably what it was.
Okay.
Kind of pissed off more stores don't do that. They see me walk in, see that I'm like 50 pounds underweight. It's like, we're going to feed you till you die.
That's, yeah, I can understand that.
That's why I can't go to Italy. They do that there. If you walk in and you're a skinny like prick and you tell them you're hungry, they will feed you until you literally can't eat.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Like, it's weird that America doesn't do that. The land of the large does not do that. I can't walk into my local Denny's and just say like, I don't have any money and I'm hungry. They don't do that. I don't give a shit. Very upsetting.
I don't know. I never tried, so
Unless,
I don't know.
I've pulled the trick a few times where you walk in and say, "Hey, it's my birthday today. Can I?"
It's my birthday, of course.
Although a lot of that used to work. That doesn't work anymore because they ask for like identification.
ID.
To let them know it's your birthday.
Yep.
But previously, yeah. If you're like a little kid, or if you're like back in 2000, you could walk in and go like, "Hey guys, it's my birthday today.
Yeah.
What do you got?" And then they'll I would always go to Denny's because Denny's gives you 2 pancakes, bacon, sausage, and an egg for your birthday.
Wow.
Which is fucking crazy.
I remember.
So I got really familiar with all my locals' Denny's.
I remember when I was younger and we'd go with my dad on vacation and we would go to like those all-you-can-eat places.
Those are fun.
Yep, and the pricing was kids pay the age that they are. And back then, my dad could just be like, "Yeah, they're like under 10, under 10, yeah." And I was like 13, but they didn't ask for like any ID, nothing. Now they ask everywhere, and I'm like,
just stare at your face really hard. It's like, yeah, they're probably 9 years old.
Yeah, probably 9.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work anymore. They ask IDs everywhere.
It definitely didn't work for me. I had a growth spurt when I was 11.
Same. I was like one of the tallest kids in my class. They would mistake me for an older one a lot.
Yeah. I started growing facial hair when I was like 14.
Wow.
Now I got a full-on beard. It's crazy. Which, looking at this, you probably wouldn't think I have facial hair, but I have a very luxurious goatee.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I have a big thing of being like a muscle twirling asshole. My favorite thing. Mustache, not muscle. Mustache twirling.
Mustache twirling, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of miss those buffets, honestly.
Yeah, me
There's not
too.
many near me anymore. Like,
Yeah.
COVID shut them all down, for the most
Um,
part. Enough sandwich stuff in the fridge to last me till next month. Probably, if it doesn't go bad.
mhm.
But I gotta figure out some proper food.
Yep.
There's
I
only so
try.
many sandwiches a man can have before he's just like, no.
Yeah. I try to have like good food, but I end up just getting fast food all the time.
I mean, it depends on the fast food. There are some fast food places that are better for you than what you can cook. Usually,
Mm. I
like
just can't cook.
eh, I like to think I can cook, but I don't know. I get impatient a lot,
Yep, same. I don't have the patience to cook the
so I
food.
cook.
If I'm hungry, I need the food right now.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the stuff I have is microwavable or it's just eat like make and eat. Sandwiches is exactly my reason why. Like if you got all the shit to put stuff between bread, you're fucking set. I took
Me too.
a lot of photography classes and such in high school and college, so I physically can't watch movies without taking the piss out of it.
Oh my god, that's my sister. Not with not with movies, but my sister is like studying graphic design. Anytime I show
Yeah,
her like a graphic or whatever, she's like, "Oh my god, this is so bad. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong," and I'm like, "Oh my god, relax, stop." Yeah.
the lucky thing is I'm humble enough to know to like not in certain situations. Like I've trained myself enough to where if I read someone else's like story, I'm not just gonna immediately gonna rip it to pieces.
Is that targeted towards me?
Yeah. No, people throw me their stories all the fucking time because I have almost 13 years of experience
Mm,
in
I
writing
see.
books. So I can give some emphasis on things when I have my mind in the right spot.
Yeah,
But for
that's
the
why I've
most
said.
part, a lot of my writing kind of just comes from the soul.
um,
Like, I just got really good at understanding what it takes to make a person feel shit, and I just implement that into all my writing. Do you know Full Metal Alchemist, the anime?
I've seen a couple of episodes. I stopped watching after the dog scene.
Fair. Um, People started memeing that scene, by the way, recently of
Yep,
like what happens if
yep,
he actually succeeded.
yep. I know.
So simple, dog girl. You get a dog girl, not a girl dog. Uh, but the scene where they try to resurrect their mother and get fucked over,
Hmm?
I took influence from that. And there's a character who is an alchemist who tried to resurrect his dead wife
Mm-hmm.
and fucked it up royally. Where the process of trying to revive her ended up killing him as well,
I see.
and then fusing the two of them.
Oh, okay.
And it
Well,
made
at least they're together now.
yeah, that I've heard that a few times. But it turned them into a carbon elemental, a coal
Oh,
elemental,
Jesus.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Careful. Which is really dangerous. A carbon elemental gets the entire spectrum of what carbon can do, which is ranging all the way from charcoal to diamond. Like carbon does a lot of things. It's one of the top 5 most common elements in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So being an elemental made of the shit makes you really dangerous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But with that concept of a male and a female being in one body, they're technically non-binary or trans, or however you'd say it.
Uh-huh.
And those two characters, the cult leader and the elemental, end up like getting really close together to each other. Not like a full-blown relationship, but they get really attached to each other
Mm-hmm.
through multiple scenes and a funny little concept of the cult leader when he lets out the eldritch horror and goes full monster, he gets murdered in that state, but then revived. And getting revived causes him to be horrifyingly mutated. Yeah, he gets melted basically by military grade explosives. And when he gets revived, he looks as bad as you think he would.
Mm-hmm.
Like absolute highest grade, fourth degree burns type shit.
Mm-hmm. Horrible.
And the end result of it, I wish I had an image that I could easily get a hold of for it, but the end result of it is that one of his arms and his leg got fused together,
Mm-hmm.
and his whole body kind of got like morphed like that.
Uh-huh.
Like if this is how it's supposed to be, it got morphed like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can
Like his
I
body
can
was
imagine.
shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he has three arms, and the elemental also has three arms because he was made out of a living person and a dead person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he got a little bit of each.
Uh-huh.
So he has three arms. The cult leader has three arms, and I have this cute little scene where the elemental finds out that he has three arms because he covers himself in these wings, kind
Mm-hmm.
of like a cloak. But when he sees that, it's like, oh my god, brother, you have arms like I do, and then the fucking relationship just goes from there. Like that's all it takes for two autistics to like each other. That's it. That's just
Cute.
like, oh my god, you collect bugs too, and it's over, done. You're not getting out of that relationship. It's fucked.
That's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is.
I love that character though. I love those two characters. The cult leader used to be a antagonist to
Uh-huh.
a role play I used to be in, which is fucking forever ago type bullshit here. I used to jump between video games,
Mm-hmm.
and this is very 2010 type shit. And I would role play in video games. I don't know. I love acting.
Me
It lets me
too.
be someone else.
Me too. I was
It's
so
why I love
sad when my
Halloween.
acting,
Halloween's
yeah.
my favorite holiday.
Yep, yep. I was so sad when my acting group disbanded. I was like, oh no.
I've been angrily trying to get people together to do a little series on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Pure YouTube, no stream of it. A YouTube series of like in character stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool. I just need the people and the everyone to have open time frames for it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But it could be cool. I've done it. I've tried it in all types of games you wouldn't even think about, like Payday 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like I brought that up a bit ago in the community Discord. Of a long time ago, I did kind of like a D&D campaign, sort of, in Payday 2. But the people involved was a warlord who has a parasite, kind of like Infamous, if you know that game. Not Infamous. What the fuck is it? Prototype? Prototype.
Mm. No, I don't know.
The, there's a game series called Prototype where you play as a guy who has a weird alien thing inside of him. Basically, the main leader of this was a gang leader who has a parasite, kind of like Venom.
Venom. I like Venom.
That's an easy way to explain it. He's got a thing inside of him that acts kind of like Venom. So you got him. You got a Marine who used to live on this planet. The Thorn, his real name is John Tobol. He's part of this group. He is a Marine soldier with cybernetics. Then you have Emily Sherwood, who is a Joint Task Force Spec Ops sniper. And then Enrique Oxton something. I forgot his last name. He's Spanish, though. I just forgot his last name. I have it written down somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it. He is also a sniper. He used to be part of the Rangers, the American Rangers. And they take on the Russian mafia, the police, the Russian military, and a bunch of other people, the Asian military, some other stuff, China, that fun shit. And they go through a bunch of, like, destroying public nuisance. I like trauma. I like traumatizing my characters. It gives them personality. But
yeah. I can understand that. I'm planning to traumatize mine.
yeah, I mean, it's fucking a missing part of my head, so you know. But Enrique Oxton, he betrayed his country. He was an American Ranger, a soldier, and he used to be in Vietnam. If you know the stories of Vietnam, you know that it was a bullshit war, fought for almost no reason. In this universe, on that planet, the Americans during the Vietnam War acted kind of like the Nazis. They went full salted earth with the shit. Oxton decided to go against that. And he mortar striked his own base. This got him court-martialed and put in jail. But where they put him was Guantanamo Bay. As a non-American, I wouldn't expect you to know what that name means.
Nope.
Probably. Guantanamo Bay is one of the 3 worst prisons in the world.
Okay.
It's not a prison. It is a giant stone building that they leave you in to die. That event comes up to a question I've been trying to solve for the last couple of days now. Almost a full week now. Which is, what happened to cause that warlord, a man named Jefferson, to put that fucking parasite back in his body willingly?
Huh?
He loses it, but he still has copies of it. He can make it again if he felt like it. So he has copies of it. He can put it back into himself at any point, but why the fuck would you? It makes you sterile. It turns you into a literal monster. Like, it makes you an unsexy Venom. Which, like, don't think you don't think about it. I've known people enjoy that tongue. I've seen it. I've seen the fucking Twitter.
Yep.
I've seen Twitter. I know people like Venom. There's a reason he's got a fucking twerking emote in Mario Rivals. But this parasite turns him into a non-sexy Venom because it doesn't change the way he looks at all. He's still an old man, but it gives him the ability of, like, summoning claws and shit, and regenerating flesh. It's a symbiotic relationship sort of thing. There's an anime called Parasite. spelled with a Y. That's where I got the idea from. That and Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Any projects you're working on?
I was gonna say that you're talking about like that in your universe, like death isn't really a thing because people come back. It reminded me that I have this one character that theoretically can't really die. Yeah, it's not like she's immortal. None of my characters are immortal. All of them can die in some way.
I have a couple literal immortal characters. I'll tell you about them after. They're really funny. Right,
Okay.
keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So I gave you like the first chapter thingy to read. So I have a character who can clone herself, make clones of herself, and as long as one of the clones is alive, she's gonna stay alive.
So duplicate, but not cringe. Gotcha.
Yep. So basically, I'm planning to sort of traumatize my characters into believing that she actually died. It's a work in progress.
So also like duplicate, but not cringe.
Yep.
I think that was literally a fucking story beat in Invincible.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, at one point she dies, technically.
Yeah, so you're saying that
it's a cool concept. It's just Invincible fucked it up horribly.
So because I didn't want to make like overpowered, you know. So I tried to like.
I mean, if you look up, I don't know if you do watch Invincible.
No.
Probably not. Okay, so I forgot what the fuck his name is. Multipaw. There's a scene in Invincible where he breaks out of prison, or tries. Watch that scene if you ever get a chance. Multipaw breaks out of prison. It shows you the full extent of the absolute horrid shit you can do with the ability to clone yourself.
I will check it out if I remember to.
Like those two characters are both the best and worst end of what you could do with the ability to physically clone yourself. Comically, that reminds me, I also have a character that can clone himself, but he does it in a very fucked up way.
Hmm?
He's the right hand of the antagonist of the universe, known as, boringly, 1. The number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Though he's referred to as the emissary. He takes parts of his own consciousness, his personality, and rips them out and puts them into a second person, causing a duplication.
I see.
He can do this 14 times before it causes errors.
Mm-hmm.
Because the human mind has roughly 15 emotions that it can physically deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes basically a chunk of his brain and he makes it into another person.
That reminds me of that one Teen Titans episode where Raven got split into like all of her personality traits.
Oh my god, that's digging up memories. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that when you were talking
into,
about
5 different people, all of different colors.
All different colors.
Yeah.
That I remember that when you said about like different personalities for different clowns. I was like, interesting.
Yeah. They don't really. The funny thing is they don't shift that much. It's more like he's literally just ripping out a chunk of his brain, lobotomizing himself to make a duplicate.
How it works, right, for my girl is
Yep.
she can like make the clones, but the clones don't really like think for themselves. She needs to give them commands so they do things, and the commands need to be like very simple. So like if she commands them to like catch the guy in the green hoodie because he's like a criminal, so you need to catch that guy, she's like a superhero. And if she loses track of that guy, the clone, and sees another person with a green hoodie, she's gonna go after that person. So the clones are very easy to trick. Because they're not very smart on their own. Yeah.
Some Mr. Meeseeks type stuff, a little bit.
They're not very smart on their own.
That's a good quirk to have. That's actually really funny. I haven't seen that happen before.
Yeah, and like if a clone if she were to die, her consciousness would go to a different clone. Yeah. Not quite how it works. I have like some characters. I have like some characters I haven't like fully thought of yet. I definitely thought of her the most because she's like the main character of my whole thing. I have like some other characters that I like thought of like their powers and their stuff. It's like a serious little superhero story. I don't put much thought into that like you. But yeah, I recently.
I've been doing this for 20 motherfucking years. I don't expect a single soul to be anywhere near I'm at.
I've been doing this for like a month or two. Yeah.
I've been doing this for most of my life.
Yeah. I've recently come up with like a prologue idea of how did the powers even come to be.
Yeah.
This is a work in progress. It may change, but right now they're from a falling star, because there was this guy who made a wish to a falling star, and the wish came true, and he was the first person to like get powers.
Yeah.
And at the same time, so was his brother. And I haven't introduced any antagonists to my story yet, but there will be antagonists. And one of the brothers went on to be responsible for the good heroes, and one went on to be responsible for the antagonist, the battle. And all of like the powers have like their good
Your
and
their
bad
giving up on you, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Now you're fine. A minute ago you were glitching. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Quest. That's quest. Yeah. So both of the sides, I guess, the good and the bad side, they all have like their.
Void's here. Hello, Void.
Oh, hello, Void. They all have like their good and bad sides, I guess. Like, not to go overboard. Because the way it works is that I thought of it.
Drink some water.
The good heroes get powers that could help them in their real life, but they can't use them for it because if they do, then the powers will disappear. So, like for example,
that sucks. All right.
Yep. So, for example, the one that can clone herself, she has a lot of responsibilities in her real life that she needs to attend. A lot of like after school things, family things, and she's struggling to like keep up with all of that. But she can't use her superhero power things to take care of that because then the powers would disappear, and she doesn't want that because that would pretty much suck. Because right now, superheroing is like her escape from all of the bullshit of the real world, the daily life. Yeah. I was gonna say, I was talking about like the good side. I haven't thought about like the bad heroes. I guess they're not heroes; they're bad protagonists. I don't know what to call them yet. I haven't picked a name. I haven't thought about them much.
Here's a stupid idea you could pull off in that idea. What if their powers work in the opposite? If they use it on anyone else, they lose them.
Hold on, there is an idea. It is kind of the opposite. So the antagonists, they get their powers when there is something that they're struggling with in life and they need some little bit of help. So they get the powers, and in order to help them achieve that personal goal. So like the opposite, I guess you would say. Currently, the plan is that they have a set time to achieve this goal. Like, I don't know how long yet. A week, a month. I haven't heard of that. But if they don't achieve that goal... Yep, but if they don't achieve that goal within that amount of time, they die.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have
monkey
like
paws that shit. Fine.
yep.
All right.
Yeah, because I have like a full character who's kinda
Wait, what gives your
unaware.
heroes their power?
Yep, so we had those two brothers. They went on to have children, and
What-
later the children. Yep, we had those two brothers.
What gives them their power?
Yep, we had those two brothers. The brothers like grew up, had children later, and the brothers were the first one to like have the ability to grant other people powers. And like when they had kids,
Oh.
the kids got those abilities from them, like the oldest child they had. So like it's a family thing. And I have this character who is unaware, kinda, that his relative, he knows that his relative can give people powers, but he thinks that it's like the good guy. It's not the good guy.
Uh-huh.
And there is like a full storyline of this one character going to this relative. I'm not sure how they're related yet. They're definitely not parent and kid, that much I know. But there is a full storyline of this character going to this relative and begging them for like, come on, like give him powers. You know, I can like help you. I can like be a good hero. Blah blah blah. Not a superhero. That's the bad guy. But the kid doesn't know that, and there's a full like idea I have in mind of the adult denying him constantly because he's like traumatized watching all of the people die, basically. So yeah, I haven't thought that through much. It's like a basic idea that I have. It's gonna probably change so much.
I was thinking,
yeah.
because the premise I usually go off with shit like that is it's a god, like pair of gods, like twins, or like some higher entity that's like, I'm gonna help these people. I'm gonna give them powers that let them be selfish or selfless.
Mm.
And then the other one's like, fuck you, brother. And then he starts giving people powers to be selfless.
Yeah, it's kinda
Like,
similar here.
It's a brother thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
kinda similar
something
here.
higher.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking actually of making them like immortal instead of having it be a generation thing. I was thinking of making them immortal.
I refuse to give you this idea mainly because everyone fucking does it. But oh, what is their name? I know one of them. I forgot the other one. The Bible, the guy Cain who killed his brother.
Yeah.
I forgot the other one.
I know
Everyone
that.
put off that.
Yeah, no, they're not killing each other.
But
Yeah.
that is an easy option of there's some like brotherly duo who doesn't like each other and they're just doing that. They're giving people powers in the opposite directions.
Yeah, I need to definitely work on that a little bit more. It's just like an idea for now, you know. I haven't really worked on it much.
You got time. You're only a couple months into this. My story has been building up over the time of like an entire human lifespan.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Wait, since you have VR, why have you never thought of playing VR games?
Because this cable works when it wants to.
Buy a new
and
one.
most often it doesn't want to.
Buy a new one.
Listen, this is my second one. Okay, I am not spending more money on this bullshit.
I'm at my 9th cord. They break easily.
Okay.
Do you want my link to who I buy them from? I buy them for $4.
I doubt they deliver to Poland.
It's Amazon. They might.
They might.
If
You
not,
can. Let's see.
I don't know. But yeah, buying new cords is usually like the only way to solve it.
This one I have now isn't even made, especially for like connecting a Quest to a PC. I just googled what specs it needs to have and bought a cable that had those specs.
I'm gonna fuck your entire existence up. Ready for this? The cord that the Meta comes with, the Quest comes with, is actually the worst one you could physically have. They actively make it to break, so you buy more of them.
Yep, I never bought the original one.
You want a 5G phone charging cable.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah. You want one that is not just 5G, but carbon fiber. That's the one I use, and it has survived me about 9 months.
Yeah.
You can buy a pack of 3 of the fuckers from Amazon. Umami Grove came out recently. I'll send you a link to it. But it's a really cutesy ass Holem cooking game in VR.
I love cooking games.
You should try it. You should try it.
The most
for the love of me, cannot make it fucking funny because I'm a violent, angry bastard. It might be up your speed.
The thing I do most often when I'm in VR chat is fucking make the coffee and the coffee machine because it's fun.
I'm a fucking social outcast. I go to VR bars and all those fun places and just sit around and chat.
I think
ruin people's days, you know.
No, I don't go to public worlds. It's too scary.
I go to private public worlds where it's like the group thing, where they have a set thing of like, you have to be exact to get in. I walk in, stare the fucker in the eyes, and go, "I know your father," and then they let me in. Because they hear my voice, and there's no shot this is anything older than a fucking 20-year-old. Like, I really drag my voice down to prove it.
Oh my god, I tried to, like, learn how to make my voice deeper, but I can't fucking understand anything.
It's difficult.
Yeah, I've watched, like, a bunch of guides online, but my brain does not comprehend.
If your voice is naturally high-pitched, it's really hard to get it
Yeah,
deep.
yeah.
But if your voice is naturally deep, it's something else entirely.
Yeah. Like, I can easily make it more high-pitched, but making it deeper is very hard.
That gives me an idea. You're F to M, aren't you?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
All right. My cognitive skills of understanding this at this point is good. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, you're going to have problems doing that. Well, I actually have an Adam's apple, so I can force my voice deeper if I forced it.
My voice is gonna get deeper.
Really hard.
Yeah, my voice is
really
gonna get deeper
hard
soon, hopefully.
Yeah, you gotta do shit. But you're not gonna get anywhere near I am without some real hard stuff.
We'll see. We'll see each other in 2 months, and I'm gonna have such a deep voice, you're not gonna recognize me.
If that's true, I'll buy you fucking something. You said it yourself that if I actually had the mic for it, I could do ASMR.
Yes, I said it myself. I did that redeem for the ASMR for 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, if he had a mic."
It because I was drunk off my ass on moonshine. I'm so sorry about that, but like I turn into a different person when I'm that shit-faced.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries.
You were really angry about it too for no fucking reason. That scared the shit out of me during our collab because like you brought it up and I thought you were about to cancel me. Like you were really into it for some fucking reason. Like watching the video back, it's just like you were like about to scold me for not doing it. It scared the shit out of me.
Okay, listen, I like ASMR. What can I say?
Yeah, I get it. All right, hold on. This mic again is not good at this, but like, I can really get my
Oh my
my voice to
god.
deep if I try hard enough. Although I don't know how the fuck it sounds when it's like this.
It sounds
That's the
worse
best
on
I'm
a.
gonna do for the moment.
It sounds worse on
Yeah, I need to
the
get a
Quest mic for sure. On the headset mic.
yeah,
I
I
don't
need
know
to
what
get
you
a
use.
proper ass Yeti mic, and then it might be good. Hopefully.
Let's see.
But I can lower my voice at the very least. That gives a slight idea. That's the entire point of the ASMR redeem is telling me to shut the fuck up. That's the whole use of it. Because I know I get loud.
Hmm. You
But
do get loud sometimes.
I can't help it. It's the autism. It makes me go loud.
Yep. I can understand that. I get hyperfixated of things sometimes too.
I have a little redeem thing right now where you can donate channel points. And if we reach what is it? I think it's 16,666. I will
Awesome
force
number.
mental to play yeah, I will force mental to play Helltakers. It's a puzzle game where you fuck demons.
Oh, Helltaker!
Yeah.
I played that.
I will force mental to play it.
It's so
If
fun.
I reset.
Oh my god, I was
Yeah, if
struggling
I
with the achievements so much. Jesus,
I'll
because some
enjoy
of the
it. I know I personally will enjoy it. Mental's a fucking pessimist. That dude will
some
be
of
pissed off
the
as hell playing it.
some of the achievements are very high. I think it was made by a Polish person, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like the
What
game.
always confused me is that there's a pancake recipe inside of the game.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I love that art style because so many people have sat down and like taken other games into that art style,
Mm.
like Elden Ring.
Mm.
The Elden Ring characters are so like comical. I don't even think about them when I'm playing the game. But seeing them in that style immediately brings my brain to like, fuck, I shouldn't have killed them.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
I just realized talking about this. Have you ever fucking played Elden Ring?
No.
Okay, cool. So I'm talking at a wall here. Basically, Elden Ring is like you're surviving your best to kill God, and while you're killing God, you also collect a bunch of women to help you across your scheme of killing God. No, I personally, I would love to have you for other collabs, other games, if I had any.
I
Go for
don't
the
have very many multiplayers.
yeah, that's the problem. Of like, there's not many games that have come out recently, and I don't know you well
Yeah.
enough to like drag you into a game.
After we talked
So
last time, I like looked at all of my games and I made a list of all of the multiplayers that I had. I could just screenshot
yeah,
that too, if you want.
that would help, but it's like
Yeah.
previously that hasn't fucking helped me because the style of game I play
Uh,
really isn't for everyone.
hmm. Yeah.
I'm a very violent person,
Hmm.
as people have realized. I'll figure out something, I'm sure, maybe,
Yeah.
possibly.
I
You gotta tell
I
me
like
what you want to play.
yeah. I like chatting with you, so
I'm
it'd be nice if we could find something.
I'm always open to play fucking whatever if we find it and it's cheap and I don't gotta like sell a kidney for it. I only got 7 of those left. I can't go selling all of them.
7 us. Wow, it's midnight. Happy New Year.
Yeah. I mean, shit like this is only when I drink. Like massive collapse is when I drink. I don't drink during every stream.
Yeah.
But like when I have to deal with multiple people in a game that I, honest to God, do not find fun, I drink.
That reminds me
Like
of the Fall Guys collab.
God, yeah. Almost a year and a half ago at this point.
A year ago, because that was like I started a little bit before the collab, so like a year ago.
I think I did too. So it was like, actually, I think today's its anniversary. Not today, but like around now.
Mm.
Because I started my career in April 29th, and the collab was in like January 15th, somewhere like that.
I can check on my YouTube. It's gonna be very easy to check. Hold on.
I didn't make my YouTube until like fucking like a month after.
Yeah,
My YouTube previously was used for a previous YouTube channel, which was Insane Savior, and then I changed my acronym to Mental Martyr.
So I have it at the 8th of June 2024. So 2 days ago. Well, 2 days ago, a year ago.
Wait, when?
8th of June.
So yesterday.
2 days ago.
It's the 9th.
It's the 10th. Ah, it's after midnight.
Right, we're several hours apart, right? For me, it was an hour. It was a day ago. For you, it was 2 days ago. Yeah.
I just pointed out that it 10th midnight, and now I forgot again.
We could have done it yesterday. We could have done this yesterday. Fuck. All right.
It's okay.
That was kind of funny.
Like a 1-year anniversary of knowing each other.
No one remembers that fucking collab anyway. It's not anywhere on the internet. You could look it up. It doesn't show up.
Oh my god, I was trying to find it because I answer people on Reddit sometimes, and people ask like, how do you make VTuber friends? And I was like, oh, you can like join collabs, join events, join Discord servers, and blah blah blah. And I was gonna point out that I like took part in this big ass Fall Guys collab, but it's nowhere on the internet.
That's where
I cannot search it up.
My whole bullshit started, and people fucking canceled me for it. Where I was sitting like, why the fuck does she not? What's her name?
Elara
doesn't get any fucking recognition for it. She broke a world record 3 fucking times, and no one says shit. But Asmongold gets online, talks a bunch of shit, drinks a Coke, and is apparently the most famous man on the internet.
Well,
is no one paying attention to the big tit elf? What the fuck?
It was definitely fun.
She really does not get enough fucking recognition for that collab. That was a really cool collab.
I'm tired and hungry.
Yeah, me too. You want to say goodbye to the people? Whoever sees
Bye.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for dealing with our ramblings. It's always good to see you, dreamers. Hopefully, Elliot advances from whatever he's doing from here. Yeah. The drunken mind can never make sure of it. Like,
no worries.
Yeah. I didn't see that R recently. Very JoJo fucking coded.
Oh my god. Shit. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'm so buff. I don't know why they drew me like that, but I was like, but it's fun.
Everyone who draws me is like, I'm a fucking deity. It's confusing. But I get it, because it's like, I have these.
Yep.
The wing moves, by the way, if you want to fucking...
Yeah, I was looking at your fucking wing the whole time, and I was gonna ask if it's interactable. It is.
Yeah, the wing is interactable. So is the suit. The suit's interactable. Down here, the fucking...
Yeah, my ears are interactable, and so is the tail. Nothing else.
This ear doesn't. This ear has no interactability because Mental refuses it to be touched. But otherwise, yeah, my ear will like move around and shit. It's very funny. Thank you, dreamers, for being here. Always good to have another Mock Tales. We'll have another one on the 22nd. I somehow convinced Hitomi to join me for one.
Ooh.
No idea how the fuck that happened. But yeah, the AI will be here on the 22nd. Be prepared. I'll put a fucking thing up at some point. Bye-bye. Everyone be safe. Don't drink. Don't do what I do. I do it because I'm an idiot. Don't do it what I do. Good luck, everyone.